Hello, I am John Campanini, the Technical Director of the Rhode Island Tree Council with another edition of Big Trees of Rhode Island. The featured tree in this segment is the European beech. The European beech is a large growing deciduous tree. It was introduced to North America from Europe by European settlers during colonial times. Almost 3 centuries later, the tree is one of the most popular shade trees in Rhode Island. Many Rhode Islanders have their favorite. They recognize the tree by its tall, stout trunk, smooth gray bark, and lustrous green leaves. Examining the beech up close is a wonderful way to study it. I know where there is a beautiful one. It's located in the Warwick Neck section of Warwick. Let's go visit it. I am now standing in front of the European beech I wanted to show you. Eye-catching is the tree's massive crown and trunk. The crown shape is oval to oval rounded and measures 91 feet across. It is supported by a huge trunk whose base resembles that of a pyramid. The trunk circumference is a whopping 24 feet 4 inches, and it would take 5 of me with my arms outstretched to circle the trunk. This specimen is also very tall. The average height for the species is about 60 to 70 feet. This European beech, however, is anything but average. It actually stands 99 feet tall and is an exceptional overachiever. Just how exceptional, you may ask? Well, consider this. When these measurements are tallied and compared to all the trees in Rhode Island's Big Tree Registry, this one comes out on top. These facts speak for themselves. This European beech is not only the biggest tree of its kind, but also the biggest tree discovered to date in Rhode Island. Now that's truly exceptional. Before revealing other interesting details about this tree, I'd like to spend a few moments discussing some of its important character traits used in its identification. They include the buds, leaves, fruit, and buttress roots. First, let's look at the buds. They are responsible for the plant's vertical growth. In this case, the buds are very long, up to 1 inch, slender, and pointed. They are also shiny brown in color. Inside each bud are preformed leaves and shoots. They are protected by bud scales that overlap the outside of the bud like shingles on a roof. One of the most interesting features of the beech is one of its smallest structures, the fruit. It's described as a hard, woody husk with spines with 2 to 3 nuts inside. These are the beech nuts. They have benefited mankind throughout the ages. Old world uses included clothing dyes, animal feed, and medicines. In colonial times, the nuts supplied oil for cooking and lamp lighting. Today, they are an important source of food for birds and wildlife. They are also used in making chewing gum. I'd be remiss if I didn't direct you to the bottom of the trunk to the presence of what appears to be many short-armed, muscle-bound appendages connected to the tree. They extend from the trunk a short distance before entering the soil. These appendages are called buttress roots. They act as anchors for the tree. They help to stabilize the tree against the harmful forces of toppling wind and gravity. Buttress roots can be found in most trees, but rarely are they as pronounced as in the European beech. Besides the smooth, silvery gray bark, the large buttress roots are one of the simplest ways to recognize this species from other trees. Finally, we will examine the leaves. They are up to 3 inches long and 2 inches wide, dark green in color, and ovate shaped. But look closely at the leaf margin. Notice how the margin is wavy, not serrated or lobed. That's one of the ways to distinguish the European beech from the other beeches that are widely cultivated for their handsome shape and foliage. These other beeches are called cultivars of the European beech. They were discovered and/or developed in the wild and under cultivation. The most popular of these cultivars are the fern leaf, weeping, and the purple leafed varieties. This European beech has been a Rhode Island state champion since 2000. Family documents shared by the owner trace the origin of the tree to around the 1870s or just after the Civil War. That places the age of this beech at about 150 years old. The tree was planted by the present-day owner's great-grandfather when the property was a working farm. I am glad to report that the tree was well cared for over the years and is still thriving today under its latest steward. The European beech is a long-lived species with some trees in Europe recorded to be over 800 years old. The recipe for sustaining this tree starts with selecting the right planting spot. The right spot is defined as about 4,000 to 5,000 square feet of open land to accommodate the potentially large size of this tree at maturity. The soil is also important. It should be moist, well-drained, and acidic. The roots of the European beech are shallow and intolerant of wet soils or compacted soils with low oxygen levels. A layer of mulch over the roots will help to protect the roots from damage by mowing equipment. Also, the European beech will grow in shade as the tree is a climax species in nature, but prefers sun where it will make its best growth. Young, 6-foot-tall saplings ready for planting can be purchased locally for about $225. Finally, the Big Trees of Rhode Island is an educational program of the Rhode Island Tree Council. The program's aim is to stimulate the public's awareness, care, and protection of Rhode Island's venerable old big trees. Financial support for this program is provided by the Helen Walker Raleigh Tree Care Trust, an advice fund of the Rhode Island Foundation. For more information on the Big Tree series, the Champion Tree program, or our other educational programs, please contact the Rhode Island Tree Council by telephone, by email, or visit the website.